Hello, and a warm welcome to our show, Love Athletics. In this program, we bring you the latest highlights from our sport with expert input from different continental areas. And we're delighted to have with us today Italian journalist Mario Nicoliello. Ciao, Mario. Lovely to see you, and a big thank you for joining us.
Ciao, Anna. Hello to all our spectators. Thank you for the invitation, and we are ready to discuss about a lot of wonderful moments.
Exactly. So the main focus is going to be the European Indoor Championships, which were held in Apeldoorn, and where we last met. So let's go straight to the Apeldoorn review. And Mario, what athletes impressed you the most at the Euro Indoors?
Oh, good questions. Probably the first image that appeared in my mind is the image of Jakob Ingebrigtsen. So to be honest, the double 1500 and the 3K for the third time in a row was impressive. He was the favorite, but he maintained the expectation, and he got the gold in both the competition. And I think that he wrote a new page of the history of our fantastic sport, because if you think 24 years old and we are in front of the third double 1500 per 3K in a row. And after that, if you consider that also in 2019 he got a gold and a silver, it means that the total is 8 medals at the European Indoor, and it means one more that the historical boards off. So I think that is something that probably we cannot realize until now, the level of the athletes that we are in front of us, because obviously he's also young and he can increase and improve your path. But until now is something that probably is fantastic. So Ingebrigtsen, first of all, for his capability and for his power to transform all in easiest. So for him, all is easy. Indoor, outdoor, cross country. So he can get gold medal in which contest. So he's able to do all, and so very, very, very impressive. And probably if I can add another athlete, I don't want to choose just one athlete, but yes, I want to choose a nation. So let me choose the Dutch team. So the Netherlands, the host country that gave something of fantastic. So 7 gold medals, but above all, the 5 gold medal during the last Sunday was impressive, fantastic. Also with the drama at the end of the relay, the 4x4, and so it's impressive. So I think that 5 golds during that Sunday was amazing.
Absolutely. Now, just to go back very quickly to Ingebrigtsen, as you say, totally fantastic athlete. And he was only 18 when he won his first gold over 3,000 and the silver over 1,500. So at 24, he's got 7, really an amazing career. But did you notice in the 2 rounds of the 1,500, he was always running from the back and just accelerated in the last 200 meters. But in the 1,500, in the 3K final, where there was a strong field, he took command after about 300 meters, and he was alternating in the lead. So that was an interesting change of strategy, I thought.
Yes, incredible. And I think that he can read the competition like no one now in the field. So his very advantage is this one. So the ability to read the competition and the ability to do the perfect thing in the perfect moment. He knows his power, but he knows also what is the level of the other one. And the opponents, I think that during his training, there is also a perfect study of the strategy and the perfect strategy of the opponent.
Definitely. And yes, as you said, the Dutch team was absolutely exceptional. And I think there's two athletes who really symbolize this. On the women's side, it's Jessica Schilder, who won the shot put with a massive throw of 20 meters 69, and with a margin of over 1 meter over the other medalists. And it was especially significant as Schilder, who is a double outdoor champion and a bronze medalist, both at both outdoor and indoor world championship, she had never before made the podium at the Euro Indoors. Now, on the men's side, we have to mention Samuel Chapple. The 26-year-old also had never won a medal, but at any international event, and he had only the 6th fastest time on the 800-meter entry lists. But he surpassed himself in Apeldoorn with 3 solid performances in each round, winning his first international final in 1:44.88 and catching Belgian favorite Eliot Crestan right at the finish line, winning by 0.04 seconds. And the look on his face as he crossed the line says it all. Now, Mario, I know there are more athletes you would like to mention.
Yes, let me mention my team, so the Italian team, because we did something of fantastic. So 2nd position in the medal table, 3 golds, 2 silver, 1 bronze, 4th position in the ranking by points. And I think that if you ask me just one man and one woman, I think that I can reply you. From the female point of view, Zaynab Dosso, so the winner of 60 meters, very impressive one. And I think that is a renaissance for her, because after the disappointing of the Olympic Games in Paris, she changed her pace, and she became more confident in herself, and she had the last brick in her wall, and she improved the position in the previous high competition, because she got the bronze both in previous World Indoor Championships and in previous European Outdoor Championships in Glasgow and in Rome, bronze now in Apeldoorn, gold at the end of one of fantastic final against Mujinga Kambundji. Just the both of them was very close, and at the end, Zaynab was able to pursue the goal. So impressive and fantastic for her, and hope that now she can continue with this shape also for the World Indoors in China.
Absolutely. And as you said, I think her performances in Apeldoorn can really give her even more confidence, because she was very fast throughout. In the first round already, 7.06. That's the fastest ever first round competition. It used to be a monument like Marlies Geure. So getting that is pretty impressive. 7:03 in the semis and 7:01 world lead in the final. So really impressive. And I think a special mention for 3rd place, Patrizia van der Weken, who earned Luxembourg's first ever medal. She had reached the semi-finals 2 years ago in Istanbul, but greatly improved last year when she was a finalist at the World Indoors, while outdoors she placed just off the podium at the European Championships in Roma. So a great improvement for van der Weken. And in Apeldoorn, she continued her progress, and hopefully she can continue to do even better. Well done, Patrizia. Now, more athletes you'd like to talk about?
Yes, probably from the male point of view in the Italian team, I think that I need to quote Andy Diaz in the triple jump, because It was impressive, 1771. It was a great measure and also a great and strong competition against Max Hess. It was not the only one to compete for the gold. Also, the German jumper was impressive. And at the end, Diaz, that he was the favorite. So, to be honest, we know that he has all the possibility to get the gold medal. But one thing is I'm the favorite. And so I start and I'm the first position from the first jump. When you find a good opponent like Hess, you need to overtake him and you need to do the best and you need to increase your pace and increase your step. And Diaz was amazing in doing so. And it was the second time that he compete for Italy in a great championships. And for the second time, he got the medal, because the first was last August in the Olympic Games in Paris, bronze medal, and now the gold medal in triple jump at the Euro Indoor. And also in this case, we are confident for the future, because Diaz next week.
Now, indeed, and as you said, one thing is to be favorite, but when your opponent jumps a big 1743 in the first round, it kind of tends to freeze the competition. But Andy was unfazed and he went on with his massive jump in the fifth round. So congratulations. It also shows a lot of mental strength. And Mario, of course, we mustn't forget athletes who set European records in Apeldoorn.
For sure. So Ditaji Kambundji in 60 hurdles, 7:67. And above all, I think, because I was very impressed with the competition of the heptathlon with Sander Skotheim, 6,558, if I remember in a proper way. And both incredible competition. Obviously, the hurdles are a very short competition, just one final, and you need to reach the great moment in just few seconds. The heptathlon is completely different. So 2 days of competition, 7 different efforts, and at the end, a huge and impressive competition, because I think that it was a great competition. And let me just tell a few words also for the Swiss man. Ehammer is wonderful long jumper. If with his measures, he can win the gold medal also in the long jump competition. So with the measure that he did during the heptathlon long jump, he can win the gold medal in the long jump competition. So chapeau to Ehammer.
Exactly. As you say, Mario, it was a fantastic competition. And as expected, Simon Ehammer's best result did come in the long jump. With 8:20, as you say, he could have won the long jump as well. So 8:20 is the longest in any heptathlon competition. But of course, Ehammer had jumped a crazy 8:45 during a decathlon in Götzis in 2022. So Simon was better in the first 3 events, 60 meters, long jump, and shot put, and had accumulated a lead of 155 points, but he lost 97 points in the high jump, where Sander Skotheim is stronger and came just 1 centimeter from his PB with 2 meters 19 to gain a lead of 42 points. The Swiss then recovered a lot of ground in the 60 hurdles, taking a lead of 52 points going into the final 1,000 meters. Now, Ehammer knew that the Norwegian was stronger, as his PB at the distance was 13 seconds faster. Both of them improved their personal bests. Ehammer by over 4 seconds with a really great effort, Skotheim by 0.5 seconds, but Ehammer couldn't match Skotheim's performance. And as you said, both men improved the previous European record, which Skotheim had set just 5 weeks earlier in Tallinn. And Ehammer also went over that mark, but he had to be content with silver, totaling 6,506 points. The Norwegians, 6,550. And that was the first international title for Skotheim after 5 silver medals. 4 athletes, so the top 4 set national records, Skotheim and Ehammer, of course, but also Till Steinfort for Germany and Johannes Erm for Estonia, while Belgium's Jente Houtekete equaled the national record. And bizarrely, this is the first Euro indoor medal for Simone Ehammer, who boasts the world indoor title from 2024 and a world indoor silver medalist 2 years before. And the Swiss was DNF in Istanbul after he no measured in the long jump of all events. And in Torun 2021, he had to stop after the shot put. So yes, Mario, as you notice, I really love combined events, and this was an epic contest.
Yes, but not only you, I think a lot of people, so me too, when there is the competition of the decathlon and the pentathlon outdoor or pentathlon and heptathlon indoor, it's time to be focused on the multiple effort of these athletes. And since you discussed about heptathlon, let me give just a few notes about pentathlon and let me quote the finish that was very, very incredible. So Saga Vanninen, she got the gold medal, the first gold medal at the high level for him after a lot of gold medal in the junior competition and youth competition. He got the podium last year in the indoor in Glasgow, and now finally also the comeback for the gold for Finland is a good news, and we maintain the title of multiple discipline in Scandinavia because a Norwegian man and a Finnish woman.
Exactly. Now, other top marks came in the men's pole vault, which produced great emotions. Greece's Emanuel Karalis, who had already cleared 6 meters 02 and 6 meters 01 this season. He was the hot favorite in the absence of Monto Duplantis, but had struggled to clear 585, which he did on his last attempt. He then cleared 590 on the first try, like Netherlands' Menno Floon and Norway's Sondre Guttormsen, who had kept his last attempt from the previous height in a winning gamble. And the 30-year-old Floon, a former combined eventer, had needed 3 attempts at 575, but then sailed over 580, 85, and 590 at the first try. Both Karalis and Floon missed all 3 tries at 595, with the Greek Olympic bronze medalist running the last 2 attempts straight onto the landing mat, while Guttormsen tried another gamble, going straight to 6 meters, but this time it was not successful. Karalis and an ecstatic Floon, who earned his first ever global medal, shared the gold. Menno had initially planned on keeping on jumping, but after learning that Manolo had been lightly injured in his first try at 595, agreed to share the gold. And as Karalis said, thanking the Dutchman for accepting to share victory, in the end of the day, athletics is more than just gold medals and medals generally. It's about friendship, about relationships, and you will grow those after all the years on the stadium. Now, Mario, what a fantastic competition, and it really shows how strong this event is in Europe, even in the absence of Mondo Duplantis.
Yes, I can agree. And I think that is a different type of competition. So Mondo compete against the record, in order to beat the world record, 1 centimeter, 1 more centimeter. The other one competes against them, and they are at quite the same level. And let me spend just another words to the Greek one, so Emanuel Karalis. after the European indoors, he competes also in the Mondo competition 2 days ago, and he overtake another time 6 meters. He reached the 6:02 during this winter, and I think that is continuing in a best way the Greek tradition or pole vault. And maintaining in the Greek tradition of pole vault, let me give the congratulations to the Greek pole vaulter Katerina Stefanidi, that she announced that she will become mother during the next summer. So congratulations to Katerina and his husband Mitch Creer. So congratulations for them also for this news.
Thank you, Mario. Now, among the women, there are other performances we should mention. Netherlands' Lieke Klaver. She had the third fastest time among the entries, but was still the favorite in the 400 meter, being the reigning world indoor and European indoor silver medalist, both times behind her training partner Femke Bol, who had decided to compete only in the relays in Apeldoorn. She ran both the semi-final and final from the outside lane, as always going flat out. In the first rounds, she was dominant, and while in the final she had to dig deep to resist the return of Norway's Henriette Jager, Klaver was still able to hold on for victory, 50-38 over Jager's 50-45, and Spain's Paula Sevilla in 50.90. And next, we must mention an athlete that Mario has already touched on, Saga Vanninen, who put on a dominant show in the pentathlon. She improved 3 personal bests in Apeldoorn, in the 60-meter hurdles, long jump, and high jump, totaling 4,922 points, to lead by almost 100 points over Netherlands' Sophie Doctor and Ireland's Kate O'Connor, who won the first ever medal for her country in the event. And as Mario said, it was the first senior title for Vanninen, who already boasts 4 outdoor age category titles, 2 World Under 20 golds, a European Under 20 and a European Under 23 gold. And finally, the relays. Netherlands had won all 3 of them, the 4x4 men, women, and the mixed relay. But the best result came in the women's event with a 3:24.23 championship record. And as Mario said, there was also drama, as the Dutch quartet was initially disqualified for obstruction, but later reinstated when it turned out it was a judge who had placed the athletes in the wrong position for changeover. So after a longer delay, as protests and counter-protests were examined, the Dutch ladies, Lieke Klaver, Nina Franke, Katelijne Peters, and Femke Bol, could celebrate their 5th gold medal of the day and the 7th overall in front of a jubilant home crowd. And it confirmed a winning history for the home quartet in a race where the first 5 teams all set national records. Well done, Netherlands. Now, Mario, I'm afraid we must also speak about athletes who had a disappointing European indoors.
Yes, for sure. There are also some athletes in this category, probably few athletes, because I think that during this indoor competition, we can report about a good atmosphere inside all team, and all team was happy at the end. So very few disappointing. In terms of individual athletes, let me quote the Italian shot putter. So Leonardo Fabri and Zane Weir, they arrive in Apeldoorn in order to go to the podium, and it was a very disappointing situation because Fabri was not able to compete in the final because he cannot reach the first 8 position in the qualification, and Weir was completely outside the competition in the final. So what a pity for the Italian shot putter. Probably we can think about disappointing inside the British team if we consider Amber Henning, so disqualified in the 400, or Hunter Bells in 1500. And I think that it could happen. In general, if we think the gold medal, it's another time that we can note, like, for example, historical nation like France or Germany. They, in this historical phase, they are in front of a lot of difficulty to get medals and to get to put good athletes in a proper position. If we can maintain also in a level of the favorite that cannot reach the gold medal, probably we can also discuss about Mattia Furlani in the man long jump, because it was the favorite at the beginning, and he got the podium, he got the silver medal, but not the gold medal, because for 1 centimeter, that's it.
Yes, exactly. But as you say, at least Mattia maintained his record of medaling at every single championship in the last year and a half. So that was good. Maybe not the medal that was expected, but it's still good that he was able to confirm.
Correct. 4 in a row: Glasgow, Rome, Paris, and Apeldoorn.
Absolutely. And 19 last year, 20 this year. That's a pretty impressive record.
Okay, next step now in Nanjing.
Yes, exactly. We'll see. We'll see. Now, you all know I like to look at statistics, so let's check quickly what were the top performances at the Euro Indoor, starting with the men. And top 2 results were the heptathletes. Sander Skotheim's 6,558 points, and the heptathlon are worth 1,251 result score. Simone Ehammer's mark is 1,240, and 1,240 is also the 1771 meters by Andy Diaz. Then we have the pole vault trio. 5 meters 90 is worth 1,239 result score points. And then the gold and silver medalist in the 800 meters, Samuel Chapple and Eliot Crestan. Among the women, Jessica Schilder, of course, tops that statistic. Her 20 meters 69 is worth the same amount of result score points as Sander Skotheim, 1,251. Then Ditaji Kambundji's European record. Nadine Visser was not far behind her. Lieke Klaver, that was also a good mark in the 400 meter. And Saga Vanninen in the pentathlon. Then the 60 meters with Zaynab Dosso and Mujinga Kambundji. And finally, the Netherlands with their championship record in the women's relay 3:24:34. Now, these were the very best technical performances in Apeldoorn, but some other ones were special. Now, we've already mentioned the host country, Netherlands, winning 7 golds in total and a crazy 5 golds on the last day of competition. Then, of course, we have multi-medalists, Jakob Ingebrigtsen with his 3rd double over 1,500 and 3K, but also Azzedine Habs of France, silver in the 1,500 and bronze over 3,000, and Portugal's Salome Afonso, who had exactly the same medal tally in the women's race. Special is also the shared gold between Menno Flon and Manolo Karalis. Ukraine trusted the high jump, 3rd title for Yaroslava Mahuchik and 1st for Oleg Doroshuk. Then the Kambundji sisters, of course, Ditaji gold and European record on the 60-meter hurdles, and Mujinga silver on the flat. And then another family story, Larissa Yapikino won the long jump with 6 meters 94, 27 years after her mother, Fiona May, had won with 6 meters 91. Then first ever medal, we said, for Luxembourg with Patrizia van der Weken in the 60 meters. First track gold for Hungary since 1985 with Attila Molnar in the 400, but also unexpected gold medals for other Eastern European athletes in the field events, Bulgaria's Božidar Saraboyukov in the long jump, and Romania's Andrei Rares Toader in the shot put. And finally, let's take a look at the medal table. So as we've been saying, Netherlands dominated with a total of 9 medals, 7 golds. Italy second, 3, 1, and 2 bronze. Norway, very good, 3, 1, and 1. Next with 2 golds, Switzerland, 2, 3, and 3 silvers. Poland, 2 golds, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Ukraine with the 2 high jump golds. France, Britain had both had 1 gold and 1 silver, but France had 4 bronzes over Britain's 3. Spain 1, 1, and 2. Romania 1, 1, 0. Ireland very good with 1 gold with Sarah Healy and 2 bronzes. Finland 1 gold and 1 silver. Then Bulgaria, Greece, and Hungary with 1 gold medal each. And in total, 15 countries won gold and 23 won at least 1 medal. Now, the Netherlands had already topped the medal table in Torun in 21, but had slipped to 2nd place in Istanbul behind Norway. And of course, back home, they were back on top. Now, Mario, the Netherlands had a fantastic Euro indoors, not just in terms of results, but also on the organization was exceptional.
Yes, perfectly agree with you. They create a good environment inside the Omnisport in Apeldoorn. Sold out for the last 2 evening sessions, especially on Sunday. It was a party for Dutch people. And I think that Daphne skippers that coordinate the local organizing committee did a great job. And so they create the good environment in order to allow people to enjoy all the types of the competition, because they put the track inside the cycling velodrome, but they also put the tribune close to the track in order to allow people to enjoy the competition in a very proper way. And so I think that it was a party.
Yeah, it was a great event. I really enjoyed it very, very much.
And also now the next edition in Valencia will be inside the velodrome. So there is another time the same concept.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Mario. Now, at this point of the show, after the main focus, we usually look at other meets, but things were very quiet in stadium events on the other side of the ocean, as US college athletes are putting their finishing touches on preparations for the NCAA Division I Championship starting today. But before we leave stadium events, let's take a quick look ahead at the World Indoors, which start in just a week. While many top athletes decided to skip this year's edition, there are still many interesting contests. Now, Mario, what events are you most looking forward to in Nanjing?
But first of all, we discussed about the long jump and the triple jump. So I think that in the triple jump, probably will be Zango, the best opponent of Andy Diaz. And in long jump, probably also we can consider the women competition with Tara Davis from USA. After that, I think that in the sprint, I'm waiting to see something of expectation, wonderful in terms of the US team, probably Holloway on 60 hurdles, or Coleman from the point of view of the men's sprint, and in the female competition, the battle between Zaynab Dosso and Alfred, the Olympic champion, that it was also the same battle last year in Glasgow. After that, hoping in a great competition in pole vault, both from men and women point of view, we will see if there will be a good battle between Moon and Caudry from in the pole vault. You underline, so not a good competition, because also, for example, the Italian team, there will be just 20 athletes, yes, no more than 20. So it means that a very small group compared to the group that attended to the European indoors. But we are confident that also with this formula we can see good competition. To be honest, I like the formula of the European with the qualification also for the jumps and the shot put, and not only the formula of the World Championship with the direct final for the best one of the season.
Yeah, I agree. Grazie, Mario. So let's move now straight to road races, where two major events were held last Sunday, 9 March. In the Nagoya Women's Marathon, Kenya's 34-year-old Sheila Chepkirui, the winner of last November's New York Marathon, lived up to her status as favorite to win the race in 2 hours 20:40, ahead of home athlete Sayaka Sato to 20:59 PB. But the big result came later in the day in the Lisbon half marathon. It was the most remarkable performance on the roads over the past fortnight, as Ethiopia's Tsige Gebreselama, a multi-medalist in track and cross as an under-20 and as a senior athlete, smashed her PB by a huge 53 seconds to win the Lisbon half marathon in 1 hour 04:21. Also a course record, clearly defeating marathon world record holder Ruth Chepngetich 1:06:20 by 2 minutes. Also interesting was the return of Sweden's 34-year-old Abeba Regawi, who finished third on her half marathon debut in 1:06:36. Now, the 2013 1500 meter world champion and 2012 Olympic silver medalist had run her last 1500 meter race in September 2015 and only came back to international competition last year, running 2 10-kilometer races in June and November. In Lisbon, she continued her encouraging transition to road running. So it's time now to go back to the global overview of our sport and check all the best results since the last show, starting with the senior men's events. We will exceptionally go below our usual cutoff of 1,230 points and includes a mark whose result score is worth around 1,225. So starting with the men, there were two marks which make the cut. On 400 meters, 45.24 by Tyler Floyd in College Station on the 1st of March, and Attila Molnar in Apeldoorn with 45.25. Now, Attila had run faster in Ostrava with 45.08, but still a good mark from the Hungarian. Over the 800, we already mentioned the two performances by Samuel Chapple, 144.88, and Eliot Crestan, 144.92. Over the 60 hurdles, the winner in Apeldoorn was Poland's Jakub Szymanski in 7:43, and he's had a great season. His best was 7:39, but then he had 7:41, two other 7:43, so a very consistent season from Szymanski. Pole vault last night was Mondo's competition in Uppsala, so we haven't had time to update the screen. Mondo jumped 6 meters 05. Manolo Caralis was back up to 6 meters. Then at 5:90, the three athletes from Apeldoorn, Floon, Caralis, and Guttormsen, but also three more athletes cleared 5:90 in Uppsala: Sam Kendricks, Curtis Marshall, and Thibaut Collet. Triple jump, we've spoken at length about Andy Diaz and his 17 meters 71, as well as the wonderful heptathlon competition with Skotheim and Ehammer, but also Till Steinfort and Johannes Erm. Top men's performance of 2025 remains the latest world record by Mondo Duplantis, which is worth 1,342 points. So let's check now the women's best marks of the last 10 days. Lieke Klaver with her 50:38 is the third best result of the year after Alia Butler and Isabella Whittaker had gone sub 50, but still a good mark. And in the hurdles, Ditaji, Kambundji, and Nadine Visser. Jessica Schilder, of course, best performance among the women of the last 10 days in the shot put. Sige Gebreselama in the half marathon. In the marathon, for the moment, I'm including both the points with the current scoring tables and the points with the scoring tables that were valid last year, because bizarrely, they have changed only for the marathon, not for the half or the 10K. So I'm including both results. Among the under 20 and under 18, things were also rather quiet, but there were still a few good performances in this age category over the last 10 days. So among the under 20 men in the 1,000 meters, Cole Boone of the US ran 2 minutes 20.14 in Lynchburg and moves to number 6 on the under 20 all-time list. While on the mile, this is an older performance, but it only appeared in the last couple days. On 8 February in Boston, Morocco's Jawad Shina had run 3:57.73 and moves to number 11 on the under 20 all-time list. There's also a very good performance among the women, as Elise Cooper of the US ran 36.30 over the 300 meters and moves to number 40 on the under 20 all-time list. Among the under 18s, there were two really very, very good marks. The first came from India's race walker Nitin Gupta, who over the 5,000 meters race walk short track, he clocked 19 minutes 24.48 to move to number 3 on the under 18 all-time list. And in the pentathlon girls with the under 18 implements, Germany's Svea Funk, who is only born in 2009, totaled 4,178 points and moves to equal number 11 in the under 18 all-time list. So that concludes our statistical overview. Let's look now at upcoming events as we reach the end of our show. So today and tomorrow, NCAA Division I championships in Virginia Beach in the US. Over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, European Throwing Cup in Nicosia in Cyprus. Sunday 16, Seoul Marathon in Korea, and the Asian Race Walking Championships in Nomi in Japan. Then the big one, 22 to 23 March, the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Nanjing. 22 March, World Race Walking Tour Gold in Dudince in Slovakia. 29 March, the first World Continental Tour Gold Meet, Maury Plant Meet in Melbourne, and also the 10 in San Juan Capistrano in California. That's a race which traditionally has a lot of very good 10,000 meter runners. The following day, 30 March, Asian Marathon Championships in Jiaxing in China. And then the first leg of the Grand Slam track in 4 to 6 April in Kingston. And it'll be interesting to see how that goes. The full fields have been announced. I'm really curious to see how the competitions work out and how this format of doubling works. 4th of April, Miramar Invitational. That's a Continental Tour Gold Silver. On the following week, in 12 April in Gaborone, Botswana, Continental Tour Gold event. Same day, back to race walking, Grande Premio Internacional Rio Maior in Portugal. 12 and 13 April is also the European Road Running Championships in Brussels, Leuven. And Sunday 13 is also the Rotterdam Marathon. 21st April, Boston Marathon. That's the second World Marathon Major of the year. 26th April, the Diamond League starts in Xiamen in China. Same day, Penn Relays in Philadelphia. Sunday 27, the London Marathon. On 2 to 4 May, second meet of Grand Slam track, which clashes with Xiamen Diamond League. On the 3rd of May, it clashes with the Shanghai Keikiao meet, which is on the 3rd of May. 4th of May, Korzeniowski Warsaw Race Walking Cup. That's another race walking Continental Tour Gold meet. And on the 16th of May, the Doha Diamond League meeting. So lots of things to look forward to, indoors, outdoors, roads, everything. So we're now at the end of the program, and it was great having Mario with us on the show.
Oh, thanks. My pleasure, Anna.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you all for watching, and see you in 2 weeks on Love Athletics to look together at the highlights, comments, and analysis of what's been happening in our sport over the past fortnight. And of course, the big one will be the World Indoors and the NCAA Championships. So, grazie Mario. Thank you, everyone. Ciao.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.